being greeted by this morning? I believe it's vulture. Maybe. Oops, sorry about that. Osprey. That's what I had a feeling. Yeah, there you go, showing your underside, giving us your voice. Thank you. Let's listen. I hear you. Oh, yeah. Osprey is the one family group that is a one and only, has always been. Osprey is osprey no matter where. Has always hunted the same, always built the same. It's the only member in its family. Kind of reminds me of the one and only. You know, it operates on a set of laws, and those set of laws, those sets of principles work whether, no matter who, what, where, or when, so to speak. And yet there's that mysterious grace that only Spirit can give when we're in that flow. So I was reminded that there's, oh, look at the great big heart in the path. Oh, look at that. Love. Following one's own heart. Loving one's own, yes, self-care, love does not necessarily mean it's that devotion to love, that devotion to the divine, that makes anything and everything sacred. Anything and everything is sacred. So that devotion, that trust, that following one's own heart, and falling in love with it. And when you can do that and see everyone as an expression and a part of yourself, oh, yes. You can't give that unconditional love until you can unconditionally love yourself. All the quirks and bumps and whatnots and hello, yes. You know, I fall in love with that, and I know nobody wants to hear this, but fall in love with the Trump inside of me. Fall in love with the musk inside of me, fall in love with the mother inside of me, the father inside of me, the brother inside of me, pick a family member, and that family member is within you. And so, loving all the good stuff, understanding and appreciating and seeing the mirror and falling in love with all the other stuff and the gifts that it has brought. That's no easy task, and we've been doing this for eons. Eons and eons. As we experience life. More hearts, yes, and fall in love with ourselves all over again. Yeah. Having fun, Chief? So, that was definitely my task yesterday. So, for myself. And thank you. Letting myself get into the zone, and I see how I allowed it to get kind of complicated, trying to see maybe too much of the bigger picture and bring it all in. And so, that's a part of what we do. So you fall once in a while. But oh my gosh, picked it right back up. I am so grateful for my fire family who, I went into that kind of quirk space this morning with I kept wanting to kind of do a rehearsal, and Spirit says, no, just let me flow. That's the way I work. I would have an outline, but just allow it to flow. It's the way I did my ceremonies. It's the way I did my workshops. I even tried to write out a sermon once, when I was giving my first sermon. And I heard the coyote inside of me going, really? You're going to try to do this? And it did. and so I just allowed. And it just came through each and every time. And I wouldn't remember what I was sharing, but I do recall the first time it happening. I got to the end and I went back to the podium, and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to share 3 quotes. And, I didn't share the 3 quotes. It didn't even occur to me. It's just this energy took over, and off I went with it. And so that began happening this morning. And then, finishing, and I'm going, oh my gosh, how was I supposed to make this just a few minutes? This is so, oh my, that critic brain, that whatever hopped in right away, and the lion jumped off the cliff and landed on the whale as it's trying to swim away. It's like, wait a minute, take me with you. And my family reeled me right back in, the Buddhist monks actually, but being transparent and just allowing it to flow in the midst of the ceremony felt authentic. It felt real. It felt like, whoa, okay, I hopped back onto the cliff, and or maybe that was when, you kind of could know. That would have been, that it wasn't the hopping on the whale. That was the seeing the wolf and going, okay, well, I could collapse into a wham, 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 or I can pick this up and move along with it. And I breathed through it. Hey, come here. Let me fix your paw. And can we start walking down the path, please? I'd really appreciate that. Come on, let's go. Thank you. Keep moving, Chief. Keep moving. We're not there yet. Thank you, Chief. So, for that, I am really, 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 really grateful. Namaste. So, yeah, that would have actually been my lion going over to visit with the wolf and going, I could just, yeah, I've seen and felt a little bit of that yesterday and today as I've been working through the energies and see how, yeah, I could have allowed myself to get swallowed this morning, but nope, hopped right back on that ball, owned it, shared how I was feeling, what it brought up in me, and moved through it, and it turned out to be such amazing, beautiful energy this morning. And I recall the share really connected me with the Lakota lands, and I feel I got a glimpse of a little bit of a direction, a further direction, so to speak. So we shall see how this all... Somebody just made a bunch of hearts as they're cruising down the trail. That's so cute. Keep it to the love. Keep it to the love and light. And it was interesting at the end of the ceremony how I was like, poof, so into, oh my gosh, like my stomach was gonna eat itself. And now I've moved through that. I haven't even had my shake yet. Chief was like, hey, we're going. And I'm like, well, thank you, Chief. Yep, consistency. So, and I don't feel that now. And I understand. Number one, I'd been flying most of the night, and in this lucid dreaming state, there's some beautiful visions of like an island bridge, and definitely the bear energy, and that's the one piece. Another heart, definitely remember. But it was a floating type of thing. One was floating and one was stationary. Ah, yes, I remember. Thank you. Anyway, so that was a little piece. But there was a lot of that lucid dreaming and listening to fireworks and music and so forth that was taking place outside. When that got quiet, there was a lot of restless type of energy. So, but it was a beautiful, beautiful day, Spirit, yesterday, working through and playing with the animal oasis, the animal astrology, and listening and and feeling and going in and going, and where are you going, Chief? I feel like I've come to a dead end on this and going blank and going in circles. So I'm turning it off. Whee! We're gonna make it down here to our yoga site. I parked him in a different spot. He finally ate some last night of his food and got all excited about the biscuits, and we started getting a little playful a few times too. And I'm feeling more and more this direction that I'm heading, and I finally, this is what I keep trying to tiptoe around, I think. I finally came to this beautiful, what I can call a beautiful resolution, at least for right here, right now, is every time Facebook is like a prayer for me. And it's been serving its purpose for many years, and want to keep feeding the consciousness, good stuff type of thing, or energy, or and I use it. It's also been very much of like a diary journal type of thing, once a week, loading up photos and so forth. There's a lot that I don't have from many moons ago that are there. Hi. Yes. So maybe pulling some of that up, but the way they configure it, it's kind of like, what are you going to upload it to? So I'm not sure how I'm going to work that if I chose to go that route. So I'm happy to stick it out. And I believe we as a consciousness can definitely shift it, and already are. I mean, it is flooded with monks right now. It is flooded with lots of really good, beautiful stuff. And so let's keep it that way. YouTube is the same way. And yes, there's a lot of AI stuff going on right now in both places. But we keep feeding the good stuff, the good stuff. Good stuff. So, and we have this youth out there, and we can discern what is real and what is not. That is our own discernment. That's wait. Thank you. Wait. Scan the area. Appreciate your patience. Good Chief. We've had this discussion. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, and also it's becoming a tool, and unless there's something else changes, who knows. I'm going with the flow right here, right now. And so there's that connection I have, that understanding, that intention that I have with my Creator. The first thing on my news feed, I don't do the scrolling thing. I connect with certain families and whatnots. Hi. I connect with certain families and whatnots, and check in with family members, and I'm off of there. I load whatever I need to load. I'm off of there. With YouTube, it's the same way. I have my couple of pieces now, my couple of angels, I call them, that I listen to that bring me good, that I know are real and bring me good, orderly information. And those are my energy pieces in the evening. And then it is a tool that I use for our fire family. So, and it's one of those joyful things. It's one of those things that takes you to the zone, that keeps us in the flow and keeps us growing and working and focusing on what's real and true in our hearts. Oh, we got somebody passed out over here. Okay, so let's move along. Chief, no. Doesn't seem to be moving. And now he's gonna go potty. Okay. Wait. I need to pause this for a minute. We'll go down and we'll do our yoga. Offer some prayers and Reiki, which is what I was going to share about today. And one of the things I was going to share about some of the others is none of them, I believe, started out. I mean, Facebook, he started that out as giving it free, and he got sucked in. He got sucked in. He's an innocent child that got, I believe, an innocent youth with really good intentions. You know, and we all are that way. I remember, you know, with the doghouse, it started out with really, really good intentions. And yes, the good intentions were always there underlying. However, I got caught up on the drugs. I did get caught up a little bit on the ego piece of, you know, oh, well, hey, I can do this, you know, and there's that arrogance and that piece that comes in. And yeah, you get humbled with that very quickly. This is what it will be taking place. They'll either, I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend to know, but we all have that potential to come back to our real truth. And yes, maybe there are some that are just inherently evil, or that evil energy just takes them over to the point of no return. I've known a few. And, you know, but that's their journey. That is their demonstration. That is their experience. That is the divine experiencing that through them. And who are we to judge that? Except for maybe, you know, we really don't like harming each other. But, you know, there's some truth to that. You know, even vegans, yes, there is, but it's the minimal amount of harm. The minimal amount of harm. That is the key. The minimal amount of suffering and harm. So, anyway, I don't know where I'm going with it. I was supposed to be turning this off. So I'm going to do it now. There's my yoga music. It's time for me to do my yoga, put my feet in the sand, see how long we can go. And then, yeah, at some point we're going to check. Hopefully this person will move and will know that that person was alive when we come by through. And offer prayers in the meantime. Hey.